All right, bull runners, welcome back to the channel. So if you're looking for the top 10 crypto coins to make millionaires this bull run cycle, you're going to love this video. I'm going to be sharing with you my strategy on how I diversify between large cap, mid cap, and micro cap projects that are underneath $1, some of them under 10 cents, and yes, some of them even under 1 penny that have that 50x to even 1000x potential. So I posted this video on Twitter with Brad Garlinghouse talking about what's going to happen for the stablecoin market over the next few years. Listen to this.
The most macro view, I think many of us are believers in the stablecoin market, right? As a bridge between traditional finance and decentralized finance, stablecoins, I think, play a very important role. The market itself today, as I think we all have seen, is about $150 billion. The US dollar stablecoins by far is the dominant. Some, and certainly I'm one of these players, believes that market at 150 billion today, it's forecasted to be somewhere around 2.5 to 3 trillion in about 4 or 5 years. So that's a 20x growth. I think there's going to be a bunch of different players, and I think Tether's going to continue to do well. Circle's going to continue to do well. I think there's a role for Ripple to play in that, given our focus on the kind of infrastructure level. And look, I also think, and we wouldn't do this unless we thought it was going to be very good to the XRP ledger. As you have seen stablecoins launch on other layer ones, you've seen liquidity in that layer one grow. Our goal, as much as anything, is to grow liquidity in the XRP ledger. So we view this as a good opportunity for Ripple, but an even better impact on the XRP ledger.
Well, looking forward to that for sure. What are the stepping stones to launching a stablecoin on the XRP?
Well, one of the most important pieces of a robust stablecoin is really banking partnerships. And so, a lot of the questions we got when we announced last week were questions about how we're going to manage audits, how we're going to manage attestations. Our goal is absolutely.
So Brad Garlinghouse not only predicted the total crypto market cap to grow to over $5 trillion just this year alone, but he also predicted a 20x for the stablecoin market the next few years, which would send altcoins to the moon. So in my previous, video that I made, the stablecoin market, it's booming right now, and it's around $150 billion today, which is actually very, very small, and it's projected to soar past $2.8 trillion by 2028, potentially more, sooner. But the projection of growth for this, there's a clear demand for trust, stability, and utility in the market. And as you guys know, altcoins need stable coins to be able to have liquidity to trade in and out of. That's why USDT, USDC, has some of the largest market caps in the top 10, because Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Chainlink, VeChain, Shiba Inu, Floki, all these different projects trade in and out of stablecoins on centralized and decentralized exchanges. And so that's why, later this year, Ripple is going to be launching their stablecoin pegged 1-to-1 to the US dollar on the XRP ledger and on Ethereum. Now, I know you didn't come to this video to hear just all about Ripple and XRP, but there's a reason why, I want to talk about Ripple for a little bit. And I want to give you guys my strategy for top 10 altcoins that are set to make millionaires for this bull run cycle, because if Ripple is able to capitalize with their stablecoin being launched on the XRP ledger to bridge that gap, then I believe that XRP could see a lot of liquidity flow into it. Now, here's a few reasons though why we haven't seen, a large cap project like XRP do insane numbers this bull run, and what we're doing to 50 to 100 XR portfolio this bull run, even if XRP does nothing at all. So number one, the most important is the start of the grand trial for the Ripple versus SEC lawsuit that's been going on for years. This is scheduled for April 23rd. We're in the final resolution period, guys, and this is going to have a positive impact on XRP's price, in my opinion, in the decisive event of a win for Ripple, of course. If they have to pay a lot of money, then that could lead to some negative price suppression even further if Ripple sells off more XRP, to pay for this lawsuit. But the possible outcome of the lawsuit is the main factor right now that could lead to an XRP rally this year to start out. So don't expect a quick, settlement though. Don't expect XRP's price on this lawsuit news to just rally up to $3, $5, $10 right away, because this could go on until 2026. So the end of this month is the grand trial, but they could go back and forth and file oppositions and all sorts of different stuff in the legal process that extends this. So keep watching this video if you want to grow your portfolio in the case that XRP misses this bull run. So this scenario, it's very, very unlikely, but it's still a possibility that we have to prepare for. So what we do is we weigh out probabilities and we structure our portfolio in a way that still wins and still benefits regardless of XRP doing anything or not. So yes, I do make a lot of videos about XRP because I believe it's going to do well, but if it doesn't, it's not going to really affect me that much because it's not the only project that I hold. So number two, XRP typically expands when the rest of the crypto market expands. Now, since June of 2022, XRP is up, it's above 60 cents right now at the time I record this video. It's been fluctuating, just ranging sideways, not doing much, but from 2022, it's up from 30 cents. So it's done a 2x. Now, sure, when you compare that to other projects like Solana or meme coins like Floki or Book of Meme or Brett or, other projects in the space that are doing very, very well, 2x is baby gains comparison to them. But if you shift your comparison to the spending power of the US dollar, you'll find that XRP is a much better long-term hold than the US dollar in times of inflation, that the Federal Reserve doesn't have it under control. So, there's a bucket, right, of your portfolio of allocations that you have. And so, yes, certain positions in your portfolio are going to perform better than XRP at the start of the bull run. But number three, for XRP to make life-changing gains, what we need to see, and for your altcoins to even make life-changing gains, because some of your altcoins, you might be up like a 3x or a 4x this early in the bull run, but that's not life-changing gains if you only have $1,000 or $10,000 in the market. You might be up, like let's say you start with $1,000, you might be at like $3,000 to $5,000 or $10,000. Some of you might be at like $50,000 if you invested all that into some very risky stuff. So understand the risk that you're taking on lower market cap stuff. But for XRP to make life-changing gains and altcoins to go parabolic, we need to see Bitcoin rally past $100,000. And that generally, Bitcoin's rally, and this generally will happen about 3 to 12 months after the halving. And sure, we've passed the all-time high just barely, just a tiny little bit before the halving. But historically, after Bitcoin's halving, 3 to 12 months after the halving is when we enter, the major parabolic final stage of the bull market. So typically every single bull run prior to this one, XRP rallies the hardest at the tail end of the bull run, which would bring us somewhere into 2025 if we follow the 3 to 4 year market cycle theory. It's not an exact science on exactly when the top will be in, when the bottom will be in, but it's relative within a few month period. So the flip the switch metaphor that, XRP maxis that only hold XRP. See, like an XRP maxi, in my opinion, would be someone who only holds XRP. If you're diversified and you believe in XRP, I don't think that makes you an XRP maxi. That just means that you have high conviction in what you hold. And so an XRP maxi, is simply referring to this flip the switch moment. What that means is the altcoin market rallying after Bitcoin's halving, because when altcoins go up, then XRP starts to go parabolic. They're like, oh, they flipped the switch. It's like, no, just liquidity is flowing into crypto in general on the global liquidity cycle. So here's how we're structuring our portfolio. Here's how I'm structured my portfolio. So we're not sitting here missing out on this bull run while XRP lags behind the rest of the market. So quick disclaimer though, it's not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Go consult your financial advisor. These videos are purely for education, information, example purposes only. And by watching this, liking this video, commenting 777 below, if you're feeling blessed and you're feeling bullish, you're confirming that you're okay with that risk, you're okay with losing all your money, and you understand, what you're getting into here. So I just want to share with you my strategy, and then, my strategy is going to be different for where I'm at than where you're at. And so let me explain in detail, because this requires some key nuanced points for you to understand here so you don't get wrecked. All right. So step number one, we're going to break this down in like 3 to 5 easy to follow and easy to understand steps. So number one, what we need to do is identify roughly 10 altcoins that have extremely bullish narratives in popular sectors of crypto like artificial intelligence, gaming, meme coins, real world assets, DePIN, etc. You don't need to be a master of every single sector. You don't need to hold altcoins in every single sector. Maybe 1 to 3 is all you need. And honestly, that's just AI, gaming, and meme coins, those 3. Now you can add in the ISO, projects as well too, because ISO, in my opinion, is a category and a narrative in and of itself. And XRP is one of those projects. You know, XRP isn't necessarily a gaming project. It's not a meme coin. They don't really do too much in AI, but they are diving into different sectors to help, you know, banks and solve a global transaction payment problem for cross-border liquidity. So that's like a whole different sector in and of itself. But if you want to master any specific sector, pick one and stick with it and just understand everything about that sector. And so how you find these sectors is very simple. You go on coinmarketcap.com, you click on categories, and you'll see the most popular with the highest percentage growth, the most market caps, and the highest liquidity in each sector. And then there's certain chains that these altcoins trade on. For example, a popular sector could be like AI on the base chain, on the base ecosystem, or it could be gaming on Solana, right? So you want to pick a chain that you want to master, whether that's base that you want to trade on, Solana, or, you know, it could just be on Ethereum if you so choose. I personally like right now, I like Solana and I like base because the fees are drastically lower than Ethereum. So I don't really hold that much Ethereum unless I'm paying for gas fees to like bridge and do all that stuff. So I do think Ethereum will do well, but it's not one of my main holdings for various reasons that I think Solana and the base chain is winning with. Now, step two. So step one, right? You identify these 10 altcoins. You can watch a lot of different videos, do your own research. Obviously, we talk about a lot of top projects we're bullish on to give you guys options to choose from, and that way you could do your own research to pick them. But you don't need like 20, 30, 40, 50 altcoins, because what happens there is if you pick too many altcoins, it gets overwhelming and you can't keep up with all of them. Because, for example, if an altcoin launches on, let's say, Solana, and then they decide to change and they go to, or they launch on Ethereum and they decide to change and go to Solana, and if you don't bridge your tokens in time, or if you don't follow their instructions and follow their Twitters, you can lose all of your crypto. You know, I lost hundreds of thousands of dollars last bull run because I held too many projects and I just didn't keep up to date with all of them because I was holding too much stuff. So 10 projects is all you need, arguably even less than that. So step number two, what you would want to do, and this is what I do, is I diversify my income with a large majority. That's like 50 to 60%, maybe even up to 80% if you want less risk in the market, into large cap projects that have more backing and could still do a 5 to a 10x in the bull run. For example, like XRP, you know, Chainlink, Internet Computer, Floki, these larger market cap projects that have $1 billion market cap or more. So you'd want to pick, you know, I pick roughly like 3 to 5 of my favorites, and I hold them to get the 5 to 10x in this bull run. Now, some of them are going to rally first, some of them are going to rally later. You don't know exactly when they're going to rally. For example, like ICP rallied from like $3 to $4 when I made a video about it a few months ago, and it rallied upwards of $17, whereas XRP stayed stagnant. You know, Chainlink was at $8, and then Chainlink rallied up to like 17 to $18 while XRP stayed stagnant. So because, you know, I was holding some Chainlink because I believe in ICP, they rallied first, then XRP could come later. Now, we don't know if like XRP is going to rally all the way at the tail end of the market, if it's going to rally in the middle once altcoins start appreciating. But the real key to understand here is if you're diversified into like 3 to 5 of your favorite large cap picks, and you hold, you know, let's just say like 50 to 80% of your portfolio, these ones have the highest likelihood of doing a 5 to 10x this bull run because they have the most backing. And if the markets don't grow, then the low caps won't even grow, right? If the large caps don't grow, then what's the chance of the low caps really seeing massive gains if liquidity is not flowing into the large caps? And so that's why we've seen a lot of these large caps run. And so in the bull run, then what we do, once we start seeing the 5 to 10x's in the bull run, we start laddering out and rotating into stable coins like USDC, potentially USDT. I'm not that big of a fan of USDT, but USDC is more legit in my opinion, to lock in profits, and then a small amount being rotated into mid cap and lower cap projects that haven't rallied yet, because those tend to rally when Bitcoin is on the complacency dead cat bounce to catch that last parabolic rally for altcoins at the tail end of the bull run. Because Bitcoin goes first, then that money starts to rotate into large cap, mid cap, and micro cap projects. So if you're holding large cap altcoins and you get your 5 to 10x on those, then rotating into stable coins and patiently looking for new projects that are launching and ones that have yet to rally for the mid cap and the micro cap plays in the middle to the tail end of the bull run with house money. So if these go to zero, or if they don't work out and I rotate money into them, you know, it's not gonna lose me money because I'm playing with house money there, because I'm holding enough on the sidelines from my initial and profits from those large cap plays. Now, step number 3, I diversify a medium amount, which is like 20 to 30% in medium cap projects that could potentially, 10 to 50x in the bull run. So there's projects out there like Brett, on the base chain, which is one of the most popular meme coins that has that 50 to 100x potential, even still from where it's at right now. And it's being claimed as it's the Shiba Inu of this bull run for the base chain. And then, for a project like that, you can have, another project like TokenFi. That's the reward project for the Floki ecosystem. That's a mid-cap project, because if Floki does well as a large cap meme coin, then TokenFi most likely will do well. And then there's a project like GMX, which is, perpetual trading, which is leverage trading, for those absolute degenerates in the market that like to, trade on leverage. So you would pick your 3 favorite, right? There's tons that you can choose from. And there's even more that I'm super bullish on that I kind of have to control myself with sometimes, because it gets addicting to, and it's hard to narrow it down to 10. It's very difficult because there's like 20, 30, 40, 50 plus projects. You're like, these all look amazing. These all could do very, very well, but you don't need to hold 20, 30, 40, or 50. Pick your 3 favorites in the mid cap. And when these start to rally, right, don't look at these other projects that you're not holding that are rallying and try and rotate into those on these rallies. Hold the ones that you believe in and don't trade too much. See, when you see a 2x in your project and you're like, okay, I need to like sell it all or move it into something else, these still have that 10 to 50x in them. You just need to let your runners run, right? Bull runners, let your runners run, let them run. Okay. In trading, sometimes the project go up and you're like, I'm up a 2x, I need to sell it all. And then you sell it and then it goes up another 10, 20, 30, 40, potentially a 50x. You're like, I should have just held. I can guarantee you've been through that if you're watching this video. If you've been through that, like this video, I've definitely been through it. So the hardest thing to do to catch a 50 to 100x is not in like picking the 50 to 100x. It's holding it. It's holding it. When you see a 3x, you're like, should I sell, take some profits and rotate that into something else? If you see 4x, okay, then once you start seeing maybe a 15x, a 20x, you're like, if you're trying to get a 50x out of like a small micro cap project that I'll talk about in a little bit, the most difficult thing is to hold them. So let your runners run. So when you start to see a 10x for the mid caps, then you can start laddering out into stable coins to lock in some profits, leave some on the sidelines, and then potentially rotating a small amount of that into low cap altcoins that are about to break out further down the chain, further into the bull run. So you're leaving enough on the sidelines in stable coins. So you're playing with house money if you decide to stay in the markets, right? Decide to stay in the crypto casino. So step number 4, we diversify a small to medium amount, which is 5 to 30%, depending on your risk tolerance, right? So if you have 5% small caps, you would have a larger chunk in stable coins sitting there looking for good opportunities in large cap, mid cap, and micro caps, or new launches that are coming that you can deploy into new projects on listings or before listings and all that good stuff. And so we'll bring you guys those on our list on bullrunners.com. You can subscribe to the list. It'll be in the link in the description below. Feel free to check that out. Now, if you have a higher risk tolerance and you're younger, you don't really care about losing that much money right now, and you can diversify your portfolio because you have like decades to rebuild it back, then you could do 30%. I'm not going to tell you what to do. Again, I'm not your financial advisor. These are just examples of what smart investors do. So roughly 5 to 30%, depending on your net worth, your age, your risk tolerance, into small cap projects that could potentially 50x to 1,000x in this bull run. Now, you can find these projects. Where do you find them? Well, you can go to websites like dextools.io. You can go to dexscreener.com. You can go to birdeye.so, and it has all these different projects that get listed on there before they get listed on major centralized and even decentralized exchanges. And so I'm going to leave a resource in the description below for a tutorial video showing you the top 10 crypto tools to find 100x altcoins and how to use them. I recorded that it's about a week or 2 ago. And so what I do, and what a lot of people do, is they hold these low cap plays until they either 50 to 1,000x or they go to 0. Okay, once we hit the 50x mark, then start laddering out, every day, every week into stable coins or back into the large cap plays, the large cap holds, if we're not yet to the end of the bull run. So some of these 50 to 1,000x's might do that in the middle of the bull run, like where we're at right now, because they just got strong backing, they got a strong community, they got good marketing, they launch at like a $1 million market cap, they go up to a 50 million to 100 million, that's a 50 to 100x, right? To go to $1 billion market cap, you don't need a project to go to $1 billion market cap to do a 50 to 100x. You need a low market cap project that goes to like a $50 million to $100 million market cap. And then once you see that happen, then you can take out the vast majority, leave some seeds in there, right? If you're taking out like 80%, leave like 20%, maybe like, for example, if it goes to a 50x, you take out 80% because then you're up big time. You rotate that 80% into large cap, mid caps, leave some in stable coins. And then you're leaving like 20% behind in case it does do a 500 or 1000x, or it goes to zero. You're not losing any money from that because you took your profits. But we don't come to these bull runs, you know, we don't put money in low caps to do a measly little 2x, you know, to do a measly little 5x in the low cap plays. That's for the large cap holdings. That's the bucket of the portfolio where we just want to secure, safe 2, 5, 10x. We don't hold low cap projects for a tiny little 5 to 10x. We hold these for life-changing FU money, hold my beer, and watch these gains types of profits, okay? These projects, they're the hidden gems that change every single bull run. So for me to tell you which ones I believe are going to do that right now at the time of this video, you might be watching this video a week later, 2 weeks later, a month, maybe 6 months to a year later. So those are going to vary and those are going to change. And so if you want to see which projects we feel have that 50 to 100x potential that are micro cap projects, sub $100 million market cap before they hit exchanges, then what you want to do is you want to go to bullrunners.com, subscribe to our video newsletter, and also you're going to get early access to the underground guidebook for discovering 100x altcoins when that's released. The book's almost done. I know you guys are going to love it. And then also you're going to get access to our crypto education platform and our inner circle and our Telegram group and all that cool stuff. And we've been building that out the past few months and it's going to be absolutely incredible. But if you guys like that strategy, you know, between small cap, mid cap, large cap plays, if you guys have other questions as well too, drop them in the comments below and comment your top altcoin picks that you're the most bullish on, because, you know, as a community here, what we want to do is we want to see what everyone believes in. And if there's a general consensus, we do more research on those projects, then we can bring those up to you guys and talk about them and do a deep dive review, audits, talk about the tokenomics, the team, all that good stuff to bring you more education information. Because together, you know what we're doing? We're backing up a truck all the way to the bank. We're grabbing the bags, packing them and stacking them, leaving no bags left behind, because we believe the spending power of the dollar is going down in value. That's a fact based on inflation. Blockchain tech, distributed ledger technology, and cryptocurrencies are going up in value. That's the truth. And together, you know where we're going. We're going camping on the beaches of the moon. I'll see you guys in the next video. I'll see you on bullrunners.com on the links in the description below. As always, you know what to do. Stay bullish.